Welcome to the EthanLive podcast. Today is Friday, October the 31st. It's Halloween today.
Woo!
It's also National Caramel Apple Day,
Well, that's appropriate.
Bandana Day,
Okay.
Books for Treats Day, Frankenstein Day, National Doorbell Day, National Breadstick Day. Anyway, those other days
Next.
today. It's a wonderful day here. It looks like it's a wonderful day there. We're so happy to be joined
Yeah.
by the 2025 American Humane Therapy Hero Dog of the Year. How does Faye?
Woo!
How does that sound to you?
Uh, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. It doesn't sink in very well, but amazing.
Right,
I
right.
know. The little scruffy dog. Now those were your words. You said he was an ugly,
I
scruffy dog.
I did say, and I called him a mutt, and yes, I actually asked to trade him when I
Yeah.
got there. So he's making me pay for that now.
There you go.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you get what you need and not what you want.
Oh,
Well, and that's funny because somebody said you don't always get the dog that you ask for. You get the dog that you need. And I
uh-huh.
feel like that, the powers above knew that this is the dog we needed,
Yeah,
and then it
Yes.
became the dog that everybody
yeah,
wanted.
yeah. It was
Uh-huh.
it was the dog. It was the right dog to make the right difference to the right people,
Absolutely.
and it's very cool. So let's
Come here.
let's go back just a little bit here, and we can talk about how exciting this is. You find out that Sergeant Bo is a semifinalist, and then you immediately got to start thinking about, okay, how can we get the word out there? How can we get awareness out there? How can we get votes? And then we were honored that you would come on our podcast and talk to us and tell us your story. And so from that point, talk to us about the process of looking for votes and getting the awareness out and getting the name out there and telling people where they could vote. Tell us how
Oh
that.
my gosh. You know, I couldn't at first. It was like, how am I going to do this? Because we were against some really big states and cities. And
Uh-huh.
so I started with some friends and actually my pickleball community, and they
Yay.
started putting it out in different states. Actually, one of them put it out in LA, California, where one of the dogs was from.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
And then the news picked up on it, and always social media is great. And then the schools, the teachers, some of the other officers that were in the schools, and it just branched out. I actually met a couple of people that I've stayed in contact with. One, and this is crazy, sounds crazy. She walked out of Hobby Lobby, and she had two really cute dogs with her. And
Uh-huh.
I looked at him. She said, "Hey, you want to pet them?" I said, "Absolutely." And I said, "Hey, you want to do me a favor?" No lie.
Yeah.
And so I explained what was going on, and she
Right.
gave me her phone number. I sent her the link, and she said, I've never met anybody by the name of Faye. Her first name was Faye.
Mm.
Oh.
And so we connected, and, she sent it out to different people. So we've stayed in contact. We're Facebook friends. And then I met a Chicago retired police officer. I was
Oh.
working a baseball game, and I gave it to her, and she got to sending it to Chicago to everybody she
Oh,
knew, and
wow.
we've stayed in contact. So,
Oh.
it kind of brought together
Yeah.
relationships that I didn't have, and I'm amazed at the people that I play pickleball with. It was every day. Hey, send out reminders.
Right.
And it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Well, good. All that hard work paid off, and look, you have all these new friends too.
Yes,
So,
and I have a hard. I mean, I was shocked. I
yeah.
was totally
So all right,
shocked.
so you get to the last day of voting, and then it's just like a waiting game for a little while,
Wow.
and you're
It's a
sort
long
of
waiting game.
anxious and waiting. But then you find out. Do you get a phone call? Do you get an email? How did you find out that you guys had the Sergeant Bo had won?
So this is going to kind of be a happy story and a little bit of a people will think it's a sad story, but it's really not.
uh,
Um, so in end of May, my husband had a heart attack, and
mm,
so he was getting better, but he wasn't like they wanted to. So the day that we're driving for him to have his third heart cath, I get a phone call on the way, and I didn't answer it at first because I didn't recognize the number.
Unknown number. Yeah.
Unknown number. I didn't answer
Right.
it. They called right back, and it was Paige, and she said, "Hey, this is Paige." I thought it was a really weird phone call, and she said,
Yeah.
"I got some exciting news for you." I almost wrecked the car. I did. I almost wrecked the car. And I wanted to scream, but I thought that's not going to be the good thing on the phone driving down the road. So ultimately, she tells us we go to that heart cath. He gets put in the hospital for the next 12 days and has open heart surgery.
Oh,
With
oh,
all of
whoa.
this going on, and you know, it's a lot when they get to sending you emails and you have a production crew coming out. And I
Mm-hmm.
look back now and I'm like, you know, that time probably, you know, it took my mind off of
Yeah.
did you win, or you know, it kind of helped us through that.
Uh-huh.
The only sad thing is he can't go to New York with me, so he was really
Yeah.
upset about that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
he's on the mend, and he'll,
Great.
so it's great.
He can
But
get
that's the
ready for West Palm.
yes, and it was funny because you know that's the day I'll always remember because it was great news, and then we're told he's going to have open heart surgery, and they
Oh,
admitted him to the hospital immediately, and I'm like I'm just in between.
Right.
So
yeah, that was a day. All right.
so
What
actually,
Goodness.
the
what a roller
therapy
coaster.
dog, the good old therapy dog that I have, he was great for me because I would come home and he was a little different because I sat down on the couch one day. He jumps up all the time and gets in my lap, but he actually stood right there
Oh,
beside me. I'm like, "What are you
oh,
doing?" You know, and I kept, and he would stand there and then he started licking my face, and I'm like, "You know something's different." And he
ha.
did. So he was something at that point. He was my actual therapy dog.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Yeah.
sweet. Is he all better? Because he'd had surgery when we last talked to you.
Oh yeah, he did. That was the oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He gets out here and he runs, and I'm now
He's
letting him
good.
play. Yeah, he's had two this year. So
Okay. Oh, okay.
he gets to play, he gets to run around. He is
Good.
completely well.
So he's ready, but he's never flown before.
No, and to be honest, uh I have
Okay.
only flown. I flew one time last year, uh
Okay.
for an hour, and
Okay.
I went to the airport with somebody, flew back, and then I flew one time this year for an hour. That's the only time I've been on a plane.
Okay. New
So
experiences.
it is for both of us.
And so
Yeah.
for just so everybody knows, so the you guys were announced as the category winners, the winners of each particular category, and they're all of you, all five of you, are going to New York next week to
Yep.
be on the Today Show on Friday morning. I think is that right?
Friday morning, it's the third hour.
Third
So,
hour
oh, the
Friday
land.
morning,
Oh,
and
that helps. Yeah, that's
they
Yeah.
good
they
to
bring
know.
all five dogs on. Are they announcing the overall winner that day also, Paige?
Yes, they're going to announce the overall winner that day.
Okay, very very
Oh,
cool. And have you ever
goodness.
been to New York City before?
I Nope, never even been close to anywhere like that. I've been to Florida and South Carolina. I'm not a traveler. Never been anywhere like that.
This
Oh,
is gonna
you're
be
gonna.
quite a trip.
It will. I
Yeah.
should have stayed longer. It will be.
Yeah.
Right. That's
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have a great time.
yeah. It'll be cool. That it'll be the sort of the first time to get all of you guys together in the same place at the same time, which is very cool. And really from our year in 2022, and then getting to know some folks from 2023 and the people last year 2024. You guys are now part of this Hero Dog alumni group, this Hero Dog group, and you will find not only, at least I believe, in my experience, you'll find not only some friends that you made, that you wouldn't have had beforehand during the voting, but you're going to make some, amazing connections and some amazing friends through this whole process.
Hopefully, we find a good direction to go in because outside of schools, I'm still looking for some way for us to continue to
Yeah,
make that
Uh-huh.
difference in people's lives.
right,
So we're
Okay.
still doing it. We're doing it at schools. But I'm like,
Uh-huh.
now that I'm not with the police department, I can go in any direction I want to with him.
right.
So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
And I think
Right.
you get some you'll come up with some wonderful ideas on your own. I think you'll get some really good ideas. And so have they already have they already come into town to do the hometown videos? Have they already done?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Tell us a little bit
yes.
about that.
How did that go?
Well, so what are some of the hardest things that it's hard to video a dog because you never know what you're going to get?
Right,
Right.
Kids would probably be second on that list.
There. Yes.
So you
Yeah.
had them both together.
right.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you have a school where you got all these working parts and hallways and making sure
Oh,
kids have waivers. And the
yes.
day that we
Uh-huh.
filmed and they were trying to get the school bus shots, it was pouring down rain.
Well,
Oh,
of course it was.
But you know what? It all worked out perfectly. Bo was so patient. He was so good
Oh,
because they would want a shot and he would have it and something went wrong or they were fooling with the cameras and then they would ask for it again. And he was great.
oh.
He was amazing. Just laying down waiting, waiting patiently. He's
That's one of my favorite parts is seeing all the videos of all the dogs.
he adapts very well
Uh-huh.
to whatever situation he's in. Whether it's a happy environment, whether it's a sad environment, um, all of that video stuff. I've been amazed that at recently how he is so well adapted to that.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he's just got to he just needs to transfer some of that to you, so you get used to a camera following you around.
ooh,
Yeah.
he was
And flying
probably
on air.
he was better than I was, I'm sure.
Right,
Oh.
right.
Now you haven't seen any of it of the
I haven't
video.
seen it. They just did it. The day that they announced it was the day they were here at my house.
Okay.
I saw the article come out. I saw it come out as
Yeah.
they were pulling into my driveway.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's very cool. And from what, at least from our experience, so the year 2022 when Ethan was in it, they didn't come to our hometowns to do the videos. They waited until we went down to West Palm a week ahead of time, and they
Oh
did
wow.
Uh-huh.
all. And there were 7 categories, and they did all 7
Yeah.
videos at the American Humane Sanctuary while we were there. And even though, but the last 2 years they've done the hometown videos again, but at least my experience is you won't see it until the
That
night of the
night.
gala when they play it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
those are, I've told people this is why I love American Humane, so much, and I continue to want to be a part of it. Is the people that you meet through this whole thing,
Hmm.
people like you, Faye, and the amazing stuff that you're doing, is why I enjoy it so much. And then you sit down and at this gala and you watch these videos, and you're like, it's one of the best things that they do are the
It
production of
is
these videos. When you see it, you're just going to be, it'll be something that you'll treasure for the rest of your life.
forever.
Really, really cool.
Yeah. Bring
Yeah.
Kleenex. Bring
It was
tissues.
it was funny. Well, and that was funny because she the lady that was out here, she thought at one point I would cry, and I'm like, I said, if I'm not in front of a camera and I can talk about him and I can talk about him all day long, but I set them up to some of the staff
Oh.
and I laughed because he's a guidance counselor now, but he was the principal at our very first school.
Uh-huh.
And he came out and he said, I cried. I said, hey, wait a minute. That makes me look bad. I cried. But he had a
That's
good,
a
the reason is, so he got ready to retire from the school that he was at. And I mean, one of the most loved principals you'll ever meet. And I had forgotten about this. He
uh-huh.
tells me, and I did cry that day. But he
Yeah.
told me, and he asked me, he said, can y'all hang around for the staff? And
Oh.
he sat down in the floor, and I didn't even realize that I made the picture, and that's the one I made and gave to him. Bo puts his feet up here, he puts his paws up here, and he's
Oh.
licking him on the face before he
Oh.
goes and makes that announcement. And
Mm.
he tells me that is one of the most cherished moments, and he has that photograph on his desk now, along with the stuffed Bo dog. So
Oh, what a sweet memory. See how that boat has just touched so many lives, you
he has.
know?
They wanted him. They said, "Hey, can we get him playing?" And I'm like, "Well, honestly, he has that soft, gentle demeanor
Uh-huh.
where I mean, yeah, we can go out and play a little bit of ball and stuff, but when he's around kids, I mean, he just wants to lay down or sit down and let them pet him. He's not one, and maybe I've never let him, but he's not one that wants to go run but he's not really supposed to. Because like I
Yeah.
said, if we're dealing with elementary school kids,
Yes.
if they got a ball, he may jump up out of excitement. So
Hmm.
and so finally we went to a high school. I said, okay. So I gave them a ball and they were in a circle and they got to playing with him that way. And I said, that's
Uh-huh.
about the most energy you're going to get out of him.
Oh,
See, that's just kind of some stuff that you'll always remember. I remember we went to, I think I told this the other day on, we were doing some reminiscing about American Humane. So they had this beautiful sanctuary down outside of West Palm Beach. I think they've actually sold it and bought another one now, and they had this really cool play yard where they do a lot of training for dogs, for PTSD service dogs for veterans,
Right.
and had this agility equipment and all this out there. And we're going out there with the camera folks, and they're like, "Well, we'll get Ethan to do this thing over here, and we'll get him to do this over here." And I said, "No, you won't. No, you won't. He's not going to do any of that stuff." And I said,
Nope.
I think I'll get him up this little ramp right here, and we'll get him to
that's
run a
about
little
it.
bit." But
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
he knows his role and
yeah,
that's his
Yes.
role,
Yeah.
But there are a couple of teachers that he will, I mean, run and jump in the air and stuff. But he's
Uh-huh.
taught not to jump on people and
hmm
he's taught not to, well, honestly, he wasn't taught. That's just his nature,
right.
That's amazing.
He just
Yeah.
And
gets that, and I see this with Ethan. He just gets that different energy. He picks up some
Uh-huh.
different energy from those folks, and he's like, "Okay, this person
yep.
really wants to play with me. I'm gonna jump up on them. I'm gonna see if they're gonna." Yeah. So that's very cool.
Yeah. And I let
Yeah.
him. It's one of those things where
Yeah.
I know who he can interact with like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And,
And who he
and
can't.
it's just little elementary school kids, which we were a big part of. He can't do that. But
Right.
I mean, they
Yeah.
love to just lay on him and lay on the floor. And most dogs won't let a classroom sit around. You can't even see him sometimes. He's on the bottom
Uh-huh.
of the pile.
Yeah.
Never bothers him a bit. Now, I
Oh.
don't know about an airplane ride or a TV or a
Oh,
national
he's gonna.
TV show, but
He's
He's
we
gonna
gonna
be
shall
be
just fine.
see.
fine. He's gonna
Just
do
just
great.
remember, this is what I've told folks, as we've gotten to know a few people, um, before it comes up. This is the only advice that I know to give is completely soak in and enjoy everything that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Take a moment when you get to many moments when you get to New York City, and just take the whole thing in about where you're at, why you're there,
Right.
and tell that story and tell Bo's story, and that it's what an amazing outlet to be able to tell what an amazing dog he
Hmm.
is. And then when you get past New York and you get to West Palm Beach, just take some time and take that whole
Yeah.
experience in. It is really, really cool. You'll meet some wonderful people there. It'll be a fabulous night to celebrate him, bring him up on stage, and give him the recognition that he deserves. And it's gonna be really cool. So just make sure you take your time and take it all in.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's just after the production video was here, because that was one of those where, I spent the whole entire week trying to get waivers, with schools. You have to deal
Uh-huh.
with kids
Uh-huh.
and,
Being
Metro this
photographed and
right.
yes.
And
Hmm.
so, it was like that was, I won't say stressful, but it was stressful
It's a
in its own right.
lot.
It was
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
lot.
huge with
Uh-huh.
what they wanted with the kids in the
Yes.
hallways and stuff. And so it was
Oh.
then I thought we had it all out, and I didn't realize that the school system had two different waivers, one for just the schools or one for outside entities, which this was going to
Uh-huh.
be. So
Uh-huh.
they wanted kids off the school bus, and they were having to get on the school bus. The kids then didn't understand what was going on. And kids, when
Yeah.
they see a camera crew,
Oh. Oh, they
they
become
stop.
little
They don't want to pay any
actors.
attention to the dog that they've seen. They want to pay attention to the camera crew.
They
And
become little actresses and actors all of
yes,
a
yes.
sudden.
Yes, and it was pouring down rain. They have their hoods up, and I'm
Oh
like, that's.
goodness.
I said, that's what you
That's
get. I mean,
children. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
Well, you
way
get
it
children and dogs, and
yeah.
that's real life for us. I used to
Exactly.
hate rainy days because
Oh
you get
yeah.
out of a police car, and your dog's wet and you're wet because you're trying to get the dog out of the police car. And
Yeah.
always
Oh,
said
yeah.
rainy days didn't mix with a wet dog.
And people, it's funny because people will go, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And you'll say, "He's wet because it's raining outside." And they're like, "It's okay." And then they pet him, and you're like, "Oh, he's really wet."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, I just told you he's
They
wet.
seem shocked when they find out he
yeah.
really is wet.
And he
Well,
smells like a wet dog. I mean, he's a
well,
Yes.
wet dog.
I try
Yeah.
to I try to be as like overly prepared for everything. And so when we flew to West Palm Beach, it was the
Yes,
first
he does
time
try.
that had flown with Ethan. And so I had gone through every scenario on my mind. I'd even met with some different folks and tried to recreate what it was going to be like for him to be at the airport and how we were going to do things. Even had my wife and I had even talked. We'd even had a rental car sort of on standby. If it didn't work out, we just needed to get in the car and drive to Florida. And I thought I had it all worked out. And when I've taught him to walk with me on a leash, it was always, "You're right next to me," and he knows.
Uh-huh.
I'll give him a command. He knows he's right next to me. The one thing I hadn't thought of, we get on the airplane, and all of a sudden,
Skinny.
it's single
He has
file,
to lead or you have to
and I'm
lead.
like,
Yeah.
in that
Yes.
immediate decision, I had to go, okay, do I put him behind me or do I put him in front of me? And so I let him go in front, and it was like he knew. He was very
Yeah.
Yeah.
patient, stopping and starting with the people in front of him. People were reaching out and petting him. And since then, he's probably flown out 15, 16 different times. But
Yeah.
that first time, I was like, okay, I got to get so prepared for this. And it was me that was getting,
Right.
Yeah.
overwhelmed about it.
Anxious.
He's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
like,
He
Bo will
was
be
fine.
perfectly fine. He's going to be like, "Oh,
Yes.
I do this every day. No problem. Just let me lay down. We'll
Yeah.
take a flight and wait."
Other than not liking the AstroTurf to use as the relief stations, but that's a whole
I
nother.
never thought about that.
Yeah, Ethan will not go to the bathroom inside, and so there's a few places. We even did a podcast one time of the the best
Yes.
airports we've been in with the best pet relief areas, and
We rated them, Faye.
we
We were
rated
giving them
we
ratings.
we rated it.
That's
But
great.
what I try, if I've got any time at all, if we've got a connection, I just take him outside of the airport and go to the bathroom and come back through security, because he, like, you can have the nicest one and I'll put him on the AstroTurf and he's like, I'm not going. This is inside.
No.
Yeah,
Not
he
doing
may
it.
No.
not. He may not either. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
actually going to practice.
Yeah.
So I thought, with him not being able to go, I thought I'm going to have to go by myself. I actually have somebody going with me, but
Good.
I was going to
Good.
practice the airport and getting
Yes.
through security. But I'm not sure. I don't have any connections at the airport. So I have a
Yeah.
friend whose husband's a pilot, and we're debating on if we can figure out a way for him to go through security so I can practice before that day.
Right. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
here's what you'll find, Faye, is what I've seen is every airport is different. Like
Uh-huh.
I've gone through security where they have said, walk, have him walk through with you. I've had security where they've said, have him
Make him
have him
wait.
stay there, you walk through and then bring him through. I've had security where they've said, take the leash and his collar off of him because it's got metal on it, and then you
Yeah.
come through, and I'm like, you want me to leave him there with no leash and collar? I knew he was going to be fine, but I'm like, you want me to leave him there with no leash and collar and walk through? And everyone will be different.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. Like, you go through there, like, you'll have a great time.
He's gotten a little
Yeah.
hard headed since we don't work every day. I noticed
Uh-huh.
I noticed that his commands, and like he's kind of gotten a mind of his own now. And
He's retired. He's
he's
semi-retired. Give him a
semi-retired. And so I was working on
give
that
him a break.
state, because when I move, he moves. I mean, if
Yeah.
I say the
Yeah.
word okay, whatever reason, he gets up and thinks it's time for him to go do something.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, he won't go very far. But yeah, I said, okay, you're gonna have to remember how to stay, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many nights are you all staying in New York?
Just we arrive I think my flight, I arrive Thursday afternoon and then leave Saturday. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So do
that'll be
they
a good
have
time.
you
You guys
all?
will be there Friday morning, and then you got, the rest of the day Friday to sort of hang
Yeah.
around New York. That'd be fun.
It will be fun. And I promised my husband after this, I said, okay, we'll take a trip to New York, but we'll leave the dogs at home. And so he's okay with that.
Okay, okay. Well, that'll give you a little. So you have nothing else scheduled. American Humane hasn't scheduled anything else in New York.
No.
Just that. Well,
Uh
that's good. So
they
you're on your
they
own.
they did say that they felt like they were waiting on confirmation or not confirmation from a couple of other things.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if we will or we won't. To be honest, I
Okay.
had never watched the today's show, so I had to turn. Well, but most
Are
of the
you
time,
you have to do your prep. You have to
yeah,
do your prep.
I
So you
mean,
have to know.
most of the time, I would always be at work, you know,
Yeah, sure.
when it came on. So I laughed. And then, of course, I'm not a big clothes person because I wore a uniform for 34 and a half years.
Well, yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I've never been a fashion person and all that. So I thought, okay, I went out, had a friend go with me, and I shopped for the video. So I got
Oh,
that. And now
good.
I'm like, what in the world do you wear on the Today Show? It'd have been
Uh,
easier still been at work and just wear my uniform.
Right.
yeah, that would
So
have been.
we're going
Yeah.
today to try to figure out something to
Oh,
Oh,
well,
get
nice,
to wear on the
good.
nice,
Today Show.
And
nice.
then you get to shop for the gala.
Yeah,
Yes, and
yeah.
that's
Yes.
so my son just got married 3 weeks ago.
Oh, well,
And
then maybe you have a
well,
gown.
that's
Congrats.
funny because I thought, well, if he won, I would have this formal
Ah,
long gown. Well,
yes.
the night of the wedding, I put it in a bag and trying to load stuff up, and I handed it to my husband. I said, "Hey, can you go put this in the car?" Guess
Yeah.
what? Never made it to the car.
Oh,
He set it down somewhere, and I had called this place, this wedding venue. Nope, it's not here. So
ah,
now I have to go buy another dress.
mother. Oh, well. Oh, well.
And you've
And
got you've got to get something, something really nice for Bo to wear also
Bo
to
has a
the gala.
tux. He has
Yep,
a he
there you
has a
go.
red
Something,
Oh,
tux
something
and a
nice.
black top hat. Honestly,
oh,
the
my
the
goodness.
week after they called, probably 2 or 3 days after, uh, because he has all kinds of outfits.
Yeah, I
Uh,
knew he
you know,
liked to. I
he has all
remember you
kinds of
said
outfits.
he
Matter of
likes to
fact,
dress.
he wore his tux yesterday. We went by the place I play pickleball, and so to
And
thank
everybody
everybody,
wears a tux to the pickleball.
and he wore a tux to the pickleball. So
He is a very well dressed man, then,
He
here.
he is. I just got him some
Okay.
angel wings for something we did last night because I've tried to put him around a bunch of dogs, and in loud
Mhm.
environments, and we even
Yeah,
walked
yeah.
we even walked Broadway not too long ago.
Oh, there's
Well,
So
yeah,
Ethan.
that's some.
Then Ethan and Jeff are always in matching tuxedo jackets. So
so I he's got a darker red one. Somebody said, "Are you going to get a darker red dress?" I said, "Maybe if I can find it. If not,
and
I'll get the black, and he has black
yeah,
trim, and
yeah.
we can be styling."
You'll
Yeah,
be coordinating. That'll
it'll
be
be.
perfect.
Well, we are. If there was a year, let's see, there's a year, a couple years ago where the night before the gala, American Humane sort of had a dinner that everybody got together. Um, and so if they don't do that, last year we just sort of gathered with everyone and all went the folks that were there from different years with the new folks from the current year and just all picked a spot and we all went out to dinner. So when we get down to West Palm Beach, we'll have to all get together and spend some time meeting each other, and it'll be a really cool experience.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to coming to Louisville one day and meeting Ethan.
Yep.
Hey, here you
Wait, let me
go.
rephrase that. Looking forward to meeting both of y'all, but
No.
looking
Oh,
more forward.
oh, that's okay.
And I know how that
We're
is because it's
yes,
always Bo, Bo, Bo. Oh,
Bo,
hey,
yeah,
Officer
yeah,
O. Yeah.
Bo, yep.
yes.
Well,
That's quite all right.
during especially during the some of the voting, and then after the voting when they announced the winners, I saw some really cool media coverage. Of Bo down there, and so I wanted to before we jumped off here, I wanted to give you opportunity to say some thanks to some folks I know there in the local community and everyone that voted for him. So just want to make sure you had some time to do that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't. There's a reporter, Nick Barris from Nashville,
Uh-huh.
and all the news stations ran a clip on him. Just the just the overwhelming amount of people that sent it, not just voted, and some of them voted every day. I
Uh-huh.
mean, they had their clocks. I mean, there were a couple of days that I missed,
Oh,
but
Well,
they were
you had
voting.
a lot going on, Faye. It's
I
okay.
did, but
yeah.
it got to be, the time on it, and I would mess up, and then midnight. I'm not up at midnight to vote for
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
Just, and I've been trying to thank them, but man, it's just amazing how people came together.
Yeah.
But he is everybody. I mean, all the school systems. He just, you meet him and you love him. You
Oh, we
know,
can't wait to meet him.
he's a good boy. He's really a
Yeah.
good boy. So, but
Yeah.
yes, it is so very much appreciated. I can't thank people enough for
Right.
voting for him. And I'll just be honest, I know all of the dogs have such great stories. You know,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
never expected there was, and people will laugh. Other people said, "Oh yeah, he's going to win." I'm like, I'm happy with him just being in the top 25. He made
Mhm.
the 5 on Therapy Dog. I'm happy with that. Well, he's going to
Uh-huh.
win. Well, again, I didn't think so, and everybody else did, and he did. And honestly, I am so happy with that. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
Well,
anything
Yeah.
else is just icing on the cake, but I am
Yeah.
thrilled to be able to say that. You
That's the way
know,
Jeff went
well,
into it too,
when
didn't you?
we went down there, I went down there with that same mindset and thought,
Uh-huh.
that's why these videos are really cool. So you go down there and you meet these amazing folks, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do what we're doing now is the videos pop up, and like Ethan's year in 2022, they played the videos back to back to back to back,
Mhm.
and we hadn't seen them.
oh,
And there were 7 of them, and I've told this story many times, but a video would pop up and I would go, oh my god, that dog should win. And then the next video
Uh-huh.
would pop up and I'd be like, oh my god, that dog should win. Like they were so good. So and that was one of the reasons why I thought this would be the perfect year to reach out to folks who were in the semifinals to get their stories out there, because you have such a limited spot there that you can type things up, you know
right.
one or very few pictures, and it just gives you all the opportunity to tell a much
Yeah.
broader story of what you're doing, because that is the really cool thing about going down there is meeting those folks and hearing like the amazing stuff that they're doing. Like you're going to meet some of these dogs and be like, oh my
Yeah.
god, how does that dog do that? What do they
Oh, there's
yeah,
one
it's
in
really cool.
particular I'm like,
but but
blown
faith
away with.
but
So,
faith
Yeah.
the same people are looking at you and say,
Right.
wow, look what she's
Look
doing
what
with
she
that dog.
does.
She is doing some
Yes.
yeah,
really
but you
cool and
don't think
amazing
that
stuff.
way in your
No,
mind. So,
don't, but
Right.
I'm just telling
Right.
you, other folks are saying that. They're saying, she's doing some really amazing things with him. So that's
Yeah.
when
we very
when you
much
hear Dr.
appreciate
Robin
that.
say heroes on both ends of the leash, it is really very apparent and very true with all these
Yes.
folks. So
Yeah.
I've been told many times when I always give him the credit, and especially the trainer in Florida that oversaw the inmates that taught him
That
to
did
sit
the
down and stay. She has told me many times that dog is not who he is or where he's at without a very special handler. And
uh-huh. Mhm.
there's a trust, there's a bond between me and this dog. But she
Right.
tells me all the time he gets the credit, but I'm the reason he's there.
Oh yeah, for sure. We say
So
that about Jeff and Ethan all the
yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
And
That
check
is
this out.
so adorable.
How Faye, how great does this look right here? There you
Oh.
go.
I'm telling y'all, when she made
That
that call and
Oh
she's,
my
oh
gosh.
gosh,
that
Oh.
that's very
I
cool.
literally wanted to scream. It was kind of like, and I'm driving and I'm like, please don't wreck. My husband thought I was going to wreck. I mean, it was just
Oh
like,
yeah. And the poor man's already on the way to the hospital
Well,
for a
yes,
test.
yeah,
So
yeah.
no, no, no. So,
well, we're so looking forward to seeing you
yeah.
all on the Today Show next week,
Can't wait.
and we cannot wait to meet you all in Florida. Best wishes to your husband for full recovery. We hope to meet him in Florida also, and that everything
Oh,
is
he'll be there.
out there. You make sure
Yay.
make sure to take during this adventure and this journey through the airports and on the planes in New York. Take a bunch of pictures and videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I'd love to have you on again after that and talk to you about New York and upcoming West Palm Beach if you're good with that.
That's yes, awesome. That's the neat thing about getting to take somebody with me is
Yeah,
it's
they can
hard to
do the
make
filming.
pictures.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and honestly, I
Right.
thought I was gonna have to go by myself, and
Oh,
that was just I
kind
was
of
all over the
bummed.
place until I texted him. I said, "I know my husband can't come. Can I bring somebody with me?" And
Yeah.
that was I only had it was actually last Sunday,
Oh,
and she said, "Yeah, I need their name and stuff ASAP," and I'm like. Okay. I really wasn't sure who that somebody.
who
My
it
son is out of
was.
town next week,
Right.
that same
Oh,
weekend, and a friend of mine had said something about going. And when I text her, she couldn't stay Saturday, and she was so well. It's her husband's birthday, and he said
oh,
it's
okay.
my birthday, and he didn't want her to
Oh,
go.
Ah,
And then
got a
oh.
so
birthday
she said,
that
"Hey,
comes around
text
every
so
He
and
could have
so."
done
Huh?
birthday later.
No, that's what
No,
she thought.
that's what she tried.
And then during the production video, it was funny because the principal that retired, he said, "I would have gone with you." I said, "That
Oh,
might have
I
been a little
bet.
weird."
Yeah, well, that's okay. I bet he would. So
Oh, there were several that told me later, and I'm like, "Look,
they
guys,
would have
I
gone.
couldn't
Yeah.
think about who would want to go to Florida or who would want to go to New York."
right.
So one of
Oh,
them said, "Hey, we'll go to Palm Beach with you." I said, "My husband's going to be well."
That's
yes.
fair.
There you go.
Right.
But yeah, we'll want to hear all about the trip to New York and the airport and the relief.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we lost her.
Yeah,
There,
hang on.
she's
Oh,
back.
there you are.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get plenty of pictures and
Yep.
send them to you guys because I
Yeah. Send
Okay.
them
appreciate.
to us. We'll
Yes,
put them up
we
here.
need to see we need
Yep.
the relief area so we
It
can
is so
rate.
great what you're doing with Ethan, but it was so great what you did with the dogs that were in the competition. No
I,
doubt.
I
Yes.
appreciate it. I just think it's another way to get some really, really cool stories out. And
Yeah.
I might pick your brain one day about the things we can do in Tennessee that you
yeah, for
guys are
sure.
kind of doing in Louisville and in Kentucky. So
Let's do it. Let's get together. Let's do it.
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
Another
Faye,
new
I hope you guys have a
connection.
wonderful trip to New York. Again, best wishes to your husband for full recovery, but hope you have a wonderful time in New York. Enjoy it. Take lots of pictures, and we'll see you on TV, and we'll talk to you.